Jag går och var tyst nu, okej? Mhm. All right. I think everything is ready. Today's drawing will be on the theme ship. However, that will be solved. I don't want to. Should I draw a ship? An actual ship? Nah. Or maybe I should. But I'm not very warmed up with ship. What to do? Ship, ship, ship. I'm a little bit stuck here. Hey, Ixie, good morning. Thanks for the host there, Bard. Good morning, Chillstrand. So today's word is ship. I'm trying to come up with an idea. I have a picture in my head about the weird looking ship, but I don't know if I want to do a ship. Hey, Atsuki, Zealin. Ship. Maybe a captain of a ship, but that's... Maybe I need to just do a ship, but that's not gonna be fun. Alright, I'm just gonna do a captain. An airship. Yeah, but I don't want to draw a ship. Everyone's gonna draw a ship. It's not fun. Hey, Sofa Strangler. You're making eggs? Tasty. Eric Moy, Eternal 80. How's it going? Alright, let's do just some spaceship captain. Spaceship captain? Funny, cute. Alright, I gotta start drawing. Let's just draw. Okay. I'll make a captain of some sort. Let's make an alien. Ship captain. Talk about taking liberties with the theme. I just really don't want to make a ship. It's not inspiring. Hey, Bruno Romanos. Welcome back, Eric. I hope everything has been good. You've been a busy bee. So for Strangler, the theme for the day is ship. And I just so not inspired by to draw a ship. This doesn't sound fun at all for me. So I'll make a space alien ship captain. Based in the same way like I did yesterday's, like this kind of sketchiness. Why is it unfocused? Hey Mila, how's it going? Hans, good morning. Eric, that sounds great. Here you go. I hope everyone is fine. Yesterday, my son had a friend over and they were playing all day. And the day before he went to their place. They're so funny together. Oh, Chilson, that's awesome. That's really, really cool. glad that you decide to join in. I haven't had lots of time. I've been struggling with planning a bit, lots to think about and all these things. So I haven't been able to do anything at yet for the 2 week challenge. But I'm hoping that tonight I'm gonna have time to stream one of those music streams, just me putting on some of my from a music library, and just kind of chilling out and relaxing and playing music and drawing. That's great, Oms and Atsuki. Yeah, you should, if you have ability, Atsuki, you should join in as well. I was really impressed by your traditional media 2 week challenge entry. It's really, really beautiful. It had its errors, but the sense of like application of knowledge and what's it called, effort was really, really good. Yeah, I was looking at ArtStation um, yesterday evening, and one thing that is interesting, which I can see be very, very confusing for artists when they start out, looking at a site like ArtStation and looking at what's trending, what's popular at the moment and what's being picked by the staff. It's such a weird thing, like to try to decipher on what's with my son today. Put me in, Hugo. Hugo. Just. Yeah. He forgets that he needs to be quiet for 30 minutes. Yeah, so what I was saying was like the whole idea about like what to do to be one of those that being picked. As an artist starting out and trying to navigate that minefield of style versus who you are versus what's being picked by the community in a sense, like being trending or all these things. It's a really weird thing, because being around in the industry for some time, you can notice waves of trends, and these waves of trends always change what's being picked. Especially when the further back you look, when you get more and more distance to the trend period, kind of. It is more and more noticeable of all the trends and how they influence what everyone draws and what's being popular, like who is trending as a like major artist that people look up to, and that influences a lot with what's being produced and what's trending and why it's being picked. So in a way, like it's a weird thing I keep thinking about, which is like, should you try to adjust what you're doing in your own style, so that you're going to try to be in the pocket of what is popular, right? Because you can't, because we're designing products that has to be bought in the sense of, you know, as a product, as a trendy thing, you know. And does that mean you gotta compromise who you are as an artist, so just so that you are hitting the mark of what's trendy? Or should you run your own race and hope that one day the aesthetics and decisions you're making as an artist becomes like sits in the slot of what's trendy? You know, that's something I always think about. Should you just ignore trends, ignore what's popular, and just do your own stuff and risk being alienated in the sense of like unpopular artist because you're just off target when it comes to what's trending? And but that also comes with styles, right? Because styles can also trend. Being around for 10 years in this industry, active, like working, definitely styles are changing. What's being popular are changing, and all these things, right? So that it's a really tricky one. Like everyone is drawing in a specific way, like in 3-year chunks. Then it changes. Then some artist makes a breakthrough in style and makes a really cool project, a really good product, and it becomes highlighted in the industry, and then all of a suddenly everyone's like, oh wow, that's really cool, let's start doing that. I want to know how he did that or she did that. And then they start copying, and then it becomes a standard for a couple of years, right? You think, Mila, that you should all be running your own race and just do your style? But I mean, obviously, let's say, Mila, take your style. You're obviously inspired by contemporary artists that does things in a specific way, as I am, and everyone else is. You know, like we are getting influenced. We are trying to, in a way, fit the market so that the market wants to hire us, right? Because that's the idea. We want to be artists, entertainment artists, so that we can create products for people that wants to pay us, right? So we can't be fine artists and just saying screw this, my way or the highway, because no one will pay you for it, right? And I'm talking big picture wise, right? We can argue about should you do your own thing thematically, but have a trendy style, or the other way around, or both, or none. You know that I think it's a weird thing. I think you have to think about, though, as an artist that's doing products. Chan Lo art, yeah. Well, in a way, um, fine art, it doesn't matter. It's not a product, right? It doesn't need to sell at a broad range. So for Strangler, you think it's that simple? So what is good art? Is it thematically the narrative skill, the technical skill? What is good art? What makes art good? Is it something because you're trending, coupled with good enough skills, or is it the story you tell, or the colors you choose? What is good art? You know. Galaxy, yeah, for sure. That's obviously that's in any line of work. Ixi, well, ArtStation does reflect a bit of what's on people's minds because what I mean, look at the algorithms of ArtStation, right? Um, um, it's what people upload that people click like on or get lots of traffic on in a short time, that makes things trend on ArtStation, right? So that doesn't necessarily mean that is like proof of this is what you should do for your portfolio for the coming 6 months. But it's what catches people's eyes and makes them click, right? And picks, that is purely on the digression of the staff. So obviously they look at a lot of art and whatever they think is cool, they pick. And that is not a standard of the industry. That is what the staff thinks is cool, right? Hey, Beard Bros, you made it. Eternal Lady. Well, that's the thing, right? That's the thing. I think what's important, and a lot of what Mila said, I concur with her, is that you have to do your own stuff. Skill is always transferable, right? If you're skilled at drawing, doesn't matter what you're drawing. Obviously, if you're drawing aliens all day, every day, you're going to be really, really good at drawing aliens, but you're also going to be really, really good at drawing, right? So, an alien, obviously, I draw an alien my way, as you can see, but you guys would draw an alien completely different. So it's that itself is is a dynamic thing, right? So it's a matter about my style maybe gets really popular, then that more and more stuff like that's gonna like more and more artists, not because of me, but because the style sits in time, right? Like 80s fashion, 90s fashion, etc., etc. You know. Quentin, yeah, exactly. That's true, and I agree, um, and that happens a lot. They use certain algorithms, but like with everything, nothing is set in stone, right? So one thing that everyone should remember going to ArtStation, it is more like you're listening in on an awesome discussion on a bus or on the train, right? It's not like um, the one discussion that is the best, right? It's just lots of cool people's points of view, right? And it's a good measuring tape of where do you sit in all this. But also, you should also keep in mind that just because your style doesn't sit well in that space doesn't mean it can't, right? So for me, I've always had the kind of mentality of like, I'll show you. Like, if you guys remember when I'm talking about the hit list, right? I have a hit list of artists I want to get better at. And it's not that I want to be better in their style. I want to be better in general so that when I do look at my art side by side with their art, uh, I can, if I go like, oh, I'm better, I like my art more, I haven't actively practiced their style. I haven't actively tried to fit any pocket that they are in, right? I'm mostly just trying to improve my way of choosing shapes. Obviously, being inspired by trends, by movies, by life, by mind state, by knowledge, all these things, but also the technical aspect of drawing. And I think personally that is the way to go. And like Mila said, do your own thing. And I absolutely agree that I think in order to be able to stand alone and contribute with fresh ideas to a product, you have to have like the lack of better words, the balls to stand on your own, do your own choices, do your own style. Because if you look at a lot of artists, like let's say Thomas Scholz, right? Um, he does his own stuff flat out. He doesn't compromise. He's very pigeonholed in that style, but he does get a lot of work because what he does in the way he does it is just so damn spot on, right? So that a lot of people find a use for it. It's not like Tom needs to find a use for his art. People looking at his art goes, how can we use this guy? This guy draws amazing, and we want to use him somehow. So how can we employ him, right? So they contact him and go like, hey, do you want to do some awesome mood pieces for us? And we'll take it from where you leave it, you know. And if you don't know Tom Scholz, you should uh, Google him. Let me try to write his name. Tom Scholz. Is that? Oh, I missed an O. But you can put in an O there between the no, so it's not Schless but Scholz. Schules. Yeah. Thanks for the URLs, guys. Really, really helps. Can't type behind the sketchbook. But yeah, so the whole thing about that is like Mila. I think Mila is in the same kind of mind state as I am. That just do your own thing, practice your artist's hand, as in like it's called that because it's like the mark making, the choice of shapes, the way you put down a line, etc. is all becomes a part of who you are, and that obviously you have to practice, you have to improve, you have to be inspired and make sure that you don't stagnate, all these things, right? But I think compromising just to be trendy, I think can be a very very dangerous thing. And I think like as a beginner looking at ArtStation, it can be so dangerous of getting lost in there and be confused about what you should do. But it's so damn inspiring to go look at ArtStation and go like, oh, this guy, oh man, this woman came up with this idea. Oh shit! And then you go like, okay, now I need to come up with an idea. And then the gut feeling is like, okay, I will do that version. It's like, no, you shouldn't do what they're doing. You should do something that you have in your mind that you love and make it better version or a better piece just generally than that thing that made you go, woof, what's that? Eternal Lady, yeah. My son is having a Lego war or something, singing and fighting, and I made a catapult chair for him for his Lego characters yesterday with rubber bands, and he ran around shooting Lego characters all over the house. Hey, Captain Jetlag and Miasis, how's it going? Yeah, so just I'd say as a general rule, when you guys go to ArtStation, just don't get lost in it and don't try to monkey see, monkey do too much. You know, um, just make sure to ask yourself who you are as an artist. Not like, oh, what's my style? That you can never define that what's your style, because that's always going to move. And like Quentin also said, you should practice different styles, because that can open your eyes for something new that you absolutely love, and then all of a sudden your style changes. But there's always this innate sense of, I love drawing this way, right? So keep an eye out for when you feel happy drawing, and when you're just kind of like if you're listening to music and just kind of having fun and just creating, and you're in the zone and you're almost like smiling, creating art. That is the style that you are comfortable with. And you can always, if you kind of have a discussion with yourself about who you are and what you do, and what makes you enjoy, like this, for example, this style I absolutely love, compared to like super clean line art. I have fun, but that is more of a technical exercise, like limiting my lines and so on. This is way more natural, and this is how I draw, having fun, right? Like this is just so automatic. I don't need to think at all. It just comes out, just for fun. Yeah, Bear Bros, absolutely. That's something also. You have to struggle. You have to challenge yourself. So that being said, having fun and drawing is a great way of using learned knowledge, but you also have to up your game. That's why I always I try to always join competitions. That's why I have 2 week challenges on Discord, so that it's easy to just not do it. It's hard to challenge yourself and produce something. That's why I want to do portfolio stuff for you guys. So you have to start applying yourself. You have to start upping your game. Prove your skill set. It's fine to do sketches. We all learn from sketches. We all learn from studies. But if you never apply it fully, you will never really up the game. Gaxix, this is a space Cosmos ship captain, or a ship pilot. I don't know. I didn't want to draw a ship. I just made me twitch. It's like, oh, I don't want to do a ship. So I just made comfort zone alien and forced it into the category of a ship captain, pilot, whatever. I don't care. I didn't want to draw a ship. Friendship. Oh, BSS. How cheesy. Arms. Reflection of a ship in his eyes. Yeah, that would be funny. Zeolin. No, he definitely has a good level of beard. Yeah, maybe it's like Emerald Akbar's brother-in-law. Like a see-through. Yeah, he's eaten a toy ship. So where are we with time? 2 minutes left approximately. I think that's a good enough time left. I feel like I'm just keep on drawing on it. I mean, does improve the drawing, but it feels like if I would not be streaming, I would just turn the page. Like for me, the exploration is done. if I keep drawing on this, it's just, to proving the idea more. If I would start painting this, I would already know, where to take it and what to do and all these things. Well, I actually like this drawing. I like this character. It's a fun character. I love the idea of many, like insane amount of tentacles forward. Loveless 3, absolutely. I absolutely agree. You can't only do portfolio work, because you also need to sketch. You need to sketch out those demons, the bad habits, practice line art, practice thumbnailing, practice shading, all these things. You have to sketch, have fun. Fun while practicing the mechanical aspect of art. Have fun while practicing the fundamentals of art. All these things you have to practice. But then also, you have to push yourself with the portfolio piece. But also, because if you only sketch, if you only do studies, you will never push your skill set further in a different way, because you pushing a piece to portfolio quality requires a certain amount of dedication, understanding of knowledge, application of knowledge, all these things. But if you only do portfolio work, this is going to get boring really, really fast. Gaxix, yeah, there is a there's a link for portfolios. Most people have put their stuff there, so just go and have a look. See. Right, I think I probably have a minute or two left, but I feel like it's just more of the same here. So I'm going to call it. I'm going to be done with this one. Ship. Inktober. I could spell today, that's great. What date is it? 25, so it's Inktober 25. Fantastic. We have 6 more days of Inktober. And after Inktober, let's see here, what's Bjorn saying? Beer Bros, yeah, absolutely, I agree. So what I was saying, after Inktober, obligatory zoom in, by the way. After Inktober, I will be doing 3D coat tests. So thanks everyone for joining. Have a fantastic day, and if you guys want to continue this discussion, you just head over to Discord in the general channel, and you can just rant on. Yeah, Miasis, I will be experimenting with that after the Inktober. It's going to be November 3D Code December. My pleasure, Alms. Thanks for hanging out. All right. Thanks everyone for joining in. Catch you guys on Discord and tomorrow for the next Inktober. All right. Have a great one. Bye, everyone. Thanks for the kind words.